Hey guys, we are here for our July 2015 pickups. It was a good month.
July.
It was a good month.
Yeah.
Not as many. We didn't get like a million freebies like last month where we got an Xbox One.
And when you get like a new system, right? Yeah.
But
still impressive.
We still got some gifts too.
Definitely.
These people are so generous. And then we got some good finds, some deals. One of the main things you'll notice is a little Pikachu over here that's talking on Megan's
little peanut
shoulder.
gallery over here.
Yeah, he's
got something to say.
Yeah, he constantly says something. Oh, he didn't say anything.
That's so mean, because you've got to give him love. See, if you love him, then he'll talk.
It loves her.
Or you can shake him like a baby. No.
Shaken Pika syndrome.
But yeah, this was one of the things Nate got me this past month, which is going to be awesome because I do occasionally like to dress up as Ash, catch him conventions and stuff. So what Ash isn't complete without a Pikachu?
That's right. So yeah, Pikachu is here to introduce the video. We also, you'll notice, even if we don't talk about the individual games, just in the montages of games you see for this month, we took advantage of a lot of sales. There was a summer sale going on at our store, Micro Game, and you might remember from a video where Cameron and his girlfriend and I went out just checking some stores. We took advantage of the sale, and it was for Wii games. It was buy two get two free, so you'll see a lot of Wii games this month. And
what he said.
Are you done? And then there was buy two get three free on PS1 and PS2 games. Actually, original Xbox and everything too, but I think I solely took advantage of that. So.
And not to mention GameStop. I know they've had some sales on and off, been taking advantage of that. Plus,
buy two, get one.
Finding super cheap, like 89-cent games. Yeah.
Stocking
how can you
up
go
on
wrong
the
with
there,
that? So yeah, it was a good month overall.
Yep. So stay tuned. We'll go through detail by detail. Pika. So one thing that happened this month is that there was a small convention, one-day convention called the Salt City Collecticon.
Very rad.
It's actually down at our flea market that you see in the videos once in a while. They have this enclosed shed called the F Shed, and because they're all lettered A to F. And the F Shed is usually closed, but they use it for special events, and this was one of those events. So we went there. It was pretty cool. They had a mix of gaming stuff, toys, comics, collectibles, Collecticon,
all kinds of things. Yeah. What was really cool about it was the second year. I didn't, neither of us had gone last year, so this was our first year going. We were actually there to promote Retro Game Con, which is November 14th. If you haven't heard of it, so it was a good time. We got to promote our convention, of course. Definitely. Always networking. Small convention, but a lot of love behind it. It was pretty good.
Yep.
Of course, we found some things.
Of course.
Because you can't go to a convention and not buy something. So, let you go first.
Okay.
You got a couple more
just
things.
got a couple games that we got there. One of them is one actually. My buddy Chris, who works at Micro Game that we mentioned earlier, he had this game for a while, a copy I think that he had, that he was like, oh yeah, I'll bring it next time I see you, and we kept forgetting, and he actually gave me a really good deal on it, and it's one I've wanted for a while, by one of my favorite companies that makes RPGs and stuff, and that's Rogue Galaxy for the PS2. Great RPG. I played the demo back in the day and fell in love with it, and I just have always wanted it, but it's in pretty good shape. It has the manual, discs in great shape, but it's made by Level 5, who they do, well, more recently they did Fantasy Life, they do the Professor Layton games, and they've done a lot of really great RPGs like the Dark Cloud series in the past. So just a cool game, but I've wanted for a while, so that was one pickup there.
Something I also got from Chris, he gave us a really good deal on, was Harvest Moon Back to Nature for PlayStation. Like I said, we got a really good deal on it. I haven't played any of the Harvest Moon games, so I don't know how this compares in relation to the other ones. There's the inside. Pretty spectacular condition.
Oh, yeah.
Love collecting PS1 games, so it's awesome to have that in the collection.
Definitely good to have. This next one we saw on, it was a GameSack episode about kart racers that was a couple weeks back, and we were like, okay, we gotta play some of these, and I believe one of the ones I got this month that we're talking about. Oh, Crazy Racers.
Crazy Racers.
We did pick this. Yes. It's a Game Boy Advance game with Konami characters.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It plays a lot.
We actually
like
picked that up at the Collecticon, but the cart's down in the Game Boy Micro downstairs, so we don't have it here. But that was another pickup from there. And so we got two of the kart games from that. The other one was Crash Nitro Kart, and he specifically said the Xbox version over the PS2 and GameCube versions ran a little better and was more high resolution. I think it has HD 720p. So
that looked beautiful.
It looked really awesome, and I love Crash Team Racing on PS1.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this is just another in that series. It's a great Mario Kart clone.
Awesome.
So really awesome to have. So, and then the next two are related. So Megan, why don't you show yours?
Both Atlas
titles. Gotta have those. We have a few.
Atlas, big fans of anything Atlas puts out. So there's a lot of things we've missed, going backwards, and it's nice to finally get some of those. One of those things that I've wanted for a while, he's wanted for a while, that a buddy of ours hooked us up with, Retro Rye Guy.
Yep.
It's kind of a tongue twister. Ryan Cecil. Hooked us up with a great deal on this game, and I'm super, super excited to have it in with the rest of our N64 games. If you can't take any guesses, that is Snowboard Kids, the first one. Yes, for N64. Yep. So we don't
typically get car-only games much anymore, but this is one of those ones we really wanted to get, and we got such a great deal on it that we jumped at it. So
yeah, and I mean
we'll complete it someday, but
it's got some stickers on it that can easily come off.
Yeah, but the label's in good shape.
I'm excited to finally play this.
Yeah, definitely. And then another Atlas title, not as good as Snowboard Kids, but it's supposed to be a pretty fun game. Western RPG called Divinity 2: The Dragon Knight Saga, I believe. Yes, and got this at booth from Larger Than Life Toys and Comics, who put on the Collecticon. They were like the ones heading it up. So it was really cool to find that there at a good price. It's one I've seen a couple times at GameStop, but it was snagged before I could grab it. So finally have it now. Don't have to worry about looking for that again. So yeah, the Collecticon was good overall. I really liked. If I wanted to get back into toy collecting and comic collecting like I have in the past, because I have had times like that.
That's a good place to start.
It was a good place to find a lot of stuff.
You find a lot of stuff. If you're new to that. All that stuff. I mean, there's great.
And the prices were fair. There wasn't the super overpriced. We've been to cons before that are. It's like that was a little too much. Yeah. But these things do hold their value just like games. So it was cool to see a lot of those old toys and stuff. So that was cool. So we'll get the gift games out of the way. We actually have a couple more that are in stacks here. Our buddy Pat Milligan hooked us up with some PS1 games this month, so you'll see those in the PS1 montage. But my mother was traveling with me. I had to travel for work, and I always like to have a co-pilot when I'm going long distance places and stuff. And she wasn't doing anything. And we stopped at Walmart for a second, and she was looking for something, and she saw me looking at this one game that I didn't realize was out, and she goes, "I want to buy this for you." And I was like, "No, you don't have to." And she did. So thank you, Mom.
Moms are the best.
They are. And it is actually the physical version, which I didn't realize they had a disc-based version of Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, which is a $20 expansion to. It's actually a prequel, but it's an expansion gameplay-wise to Wolfenstein: The New Order, which was one of my favorite games of last year. I actually dubbed it my favorite game of last year just because there were some games that probably would have overshadowed it that I didn't play yet. So this was the best game I played last year. Return to form of old school style first-person shooters, which I prefer more than the Call of Duty style that has been more popularized lately. Great game.
The game looks like
I can't wait to play this. I hope it's just as cool story-wise and gameplay-wise. So thanks, Mom, for that. Appreciate that. And then,
well, my old man's old man decided to be awesome and hook us up with another Xbox One controller. So, because we had the one that came in our Day One edition, but I want to play co-op.
You remember games. He bought us Halo last month too for our new Xbox One, so he must have felt like, you know what, they need to play multiplayer. So thank you, Dad.
And
that's
because we're
awesome.
Children stuck in adult bodies, we fight over the controller a lot. So he solved that problem and got us another controller. So now we have another one. We have two. I have my additions off.
Yes.
There we go.
So awesome to be able to play. We've been playing Halo Online with our buddy Chris Lake, Nintendo Arc on YouTube, and his brother Johnny, so that's really cool. And we've actually been Skyping while playing, so we have a Skype window snapped to the side of the window.
It's like the first time in my life I've Skyped.
And it's really cool being able to play, but then see the person you're playing with right there. And we haven't tried it with more than one person at a time, but so far it plays pretty well.
Fun.
And then our buddy Kevin, we've talked about him the past couple of months because he's hooked us up with some deals or let us know about some games.
Really awesome.
He made a really good trade with me for a game that he found at a local thrift store down the road from my house. And as soon as I saw the picture, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for this forever. So he didn't seem too attached to it, so he was okay with doing a trade. So I gave him a few things, and the game is PN03, which is product number 3, and you play as this female character. There's a little sticker on the manual, but otherwise it's in great shape. And it's a really cool game because it seems like it'd be like a third-person shooter or something, and it is, but it almost plays like a shoot 'em up, but you play as a human instead of a ship, and you're behind, the camera's like behind the character, and you still walk through the hallways. You're not like floating or anything like that. So it shares a lot in common with shoot 'em up. So I think at first it feels kind of weird to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's a cool game, and I've been looking for it for a while. So this is a good game that he hooked us up with, but he gave us a real gem here.
He gave me the better of 2 games, in my opinion. And it's only appropriate.
Why is it gotta be yours?
It's only appropriate that I talk about this game. It's sealed, brand new Game Boy Advance game. Practically in mint condition. Very, very excited to have this in the collection. No, I legitimately am very excited because it's sealed. It's brand new. But I'll get to the point. This game is Barbie's Horse Adventures Blue Ribbon Race.
They probably have Blue Ribbon Race because there probably was like a Red Ribbon Race or something,
so,
like Pokemon.
I mean, that's
Red and Blue.
Oh, maybe.
I gotta catch them all.
I gotta catch all
the horses.
Barbie Adventures.
We actually have Barbie Adventures for Xbox, which is like a 30-plus game for that. So now we're just building that Barbie collection.
This is what I was gifted. So, but in all actuality, I mean, you very rarely do see games still completely sealed. I mean, that's awesome. So I don't care. It could be like SpongeBob's ass wiping adventure. And I don't know. I made that up.
That's one of my favorite games.
Yeah, and I would still love it because it's new and sealed. But anyway, buddy, Kevin, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
We appreciate it.
And this isn't a gift necessarily, but it was the deal that we got on these was so good. Now if you've seen Megan's what she's been playing in
and if you haven't, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, watch it. What's wrong with you? Check that out. Megan talks about some games she's played, and one of them was Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, and we got the little standee that was in GameStop. We got that and this one I'm about to show from our buddy who actually I met through a garage sale, but she mentioned in the other video, our buddy Kurt hooked us up with a great deal for 2 displays, and this one goes for a lot online, and he gave us an incredible deal, and he knew it was going to a collector, and he said he was glad to hook us up with it. So thanks again, Kurt, and that is the Last of Us display. And it has
foliage.
The foliage grown in. I mean, it's so cool. It really fits with the theme of the game. And I like these creative displays. And actually, I think I've been really into these smaller displays more than like the big.
The smaller ones I notice always have cool things. Like I'm gonna grab it from back here. A lot of the Nintendo ones. I'm using this as an example. Either they're just really cool looking, have 3D things kind of popping out like this, and layers to it. Yeah, the big really standees are usually just kind of flat and just
flat, or they're to hold games. Which is cool, but this is
I
cooler,
appreciate those so much more.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool. So thank you, Kurt, and thanks Kevin, thanks Mom, thanks Dad, and thanks Pat from River City Retro for the hookups. So we got great hookups this month. So.
And Kevin, we said Kevin.
I said Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah. And Kevin again.
Yeah.
For Barbie, because it's Barbie. couple random games we wanted to talk about. I'll start with one of mine. There was a buy two get one free sale at GameStop, and we had to get our niece a gift. And so in that sale, we ended up getting a game we've been looking for a while, and this game. And Megan's game that she'll be talking about will...
Really what you're saying is we were buying a gift for someone else, and we're selfish and had to buy gifts for ourselves
at the same time, and got a free one out of it. But no, it worked out well, the timing of when we had to get the gift, and we're getting this one game we were looking for. There was a free game out of that. So that free game that I chose to get, I wanted a new game for the PS4, and like I mentioned with Wolfenstein earlier, I like those old school style shooters. And this is Shadow Warrior, based off another PC shooter from back in the day. And this one's got melee combat and shooting, and it's very fast paced, very lots of ninja type stuff, but it's also very over the top. Super fun. I love games like this, and I wanted to play this. I watched a review from Classic Game Room, and it looked really fun, just high octane energy. So, pretty cool game to get. And this one was the free one, but the other game we bought besides the gift was this next one.
So if you haven't heard, somebody decided Nintendo that they were going to reprint the Wind Waker
HD.
Wii U HD.
Which is good. We want more of those out so they're not the price isn't going up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the only negative to that, and in most cases when this happens with reprints, is that it doesn't look like the original. The original, which I bought, which I'm getting to, there's that, is gold and shiny and beautiful. There's the inside.
It's got all the stuff that it came with.
Work on it. It has all the stuff that it came with, which was awesome. I got this pre-owned. The reason we decided to get this, even though when we got our Wii U, it already had Wind Waker preloaded on there.
So we got those older versions.
We finally caved and got this because, lo and behold, Nintendo decided that they are going to make more of these. However, it's not going to have this shiny gold thing on the cover. I don't know why I forgot the word cover there. So,
shiny thing.
Decided just to play
it safe. We want the original gold one.
And get this.
And the other one looks good. Don't get me wrong. It's got a full color picture.
But I kind of have a feeling that this is going to be rarer.
Yep. Already I noticed my local Targets don't have the new one and not this one anymore. And stuff,
so if you're a Zelda fan or collector, if you see one of these, definitely I would recommend getting it because I don't know how much longer you're going to see these gold shinies, if at all. I don't know. I think honestly at mine I grabbed one of the last ones that was there.
Yeah, so you'll start to see those phasing out. Ultimately, we want to get the special edition GameStop version that comes with a Ganondorf statue, but that's gone up in price. We missed it when it first came out, so for now we at least have a physical copy of the game. So pretty cool. And then the last random game we want to talk about. Speaking of shiny boxes, this game we have the Xbox 360 version of it, and there's a Wii version. And they just released it for PS4 in a special edition box, and it's an Xseed published games. And if you notice in the past, we've liked those big box Xseed published games, but this game is way over the top and stupid. But
we do have one of the other ones.
Yeah, it was the 360 one
somewhere in here. Yeah.
But it's Onichanbara, I believe is how you pronounce it, Z2 Chaos. And it's actually not an awful game. It's like a Devil May Cry clone with a little bit of a Dynasty Warriors feel to it. So fun, fast-paced action.
Maybe some of the sexuality of like Bayonetta.
But not as, I don't want to say classy, because it's not like Bayonetta's classy, because he's like pretty pervy in that too. But it's just, it's not as polished as that. But I heard it's not the greatest game, but was able to use some coupons and discount at GameStop to get it for about $20.
Yeah.
So for $20, we thought that would be a good price to get this in our.
What makes this absolutely phenomenal? Okay, so it's called the Banana Split Limited Edition. It includes an art book, music collection, CDs,
music CDs, good,
and bonus downloadable costume.
Oh, what is that?
Well,
I believe it says something.
I don't think. It doesn't show a picture, but it does
say
what the Banana Split Limited Edition is, and
in detail it says. You want to read that?
No, it says behind the bikini art book.
Yeah, behind the bikini art book.
Racy downloadable strawberries and banana costume.
Which basically is strawberry pasties.
Yeah.
And
so let's
down
pretend that Pikachu is no. Well, he looks like a
banana.
Is the character.
Where did he touch you?
So the strawberries would cover his nipples. The banana would be tucked under, covering his bits. There's the banana, there's the strawberries. Use your imagination, kids. Now you know.
So, yeah, it's definitely a pervy game, but we were like, it's just so weird and odd to have in the collection, so we just decided to get it for $20. So.
I'm still laughing. I just mutilated poor Pikachu.
Poor Pikachu. He's been through so much today.
He's been through a lot. Last game that we got, since, well, actually, technically you found this one, but, I'm going to take credit.
Well, I've been on the hunt for it, really.
Because, again, if I didn't work at the GameStop that I did and have awesome coworkers and such, they wouldn't have helped us get this. So this particular game is rare. It goes for, what you're saying, like
probably like $75. It's the most expensive and rare traditional 3DS game.
More so than Cave Story.
Cave Story complete with the thing probably just edges it out like $10, but this is like the next one.
And that game if it's for 3DS is Rhythm Thief and the Emperor's Treasure. That's hard to say.
There's a lot of THs.
There's too much.
But yeah,
anyway, there's that.
Cool
so I guess it's a rhythm game that is kind of rhythm game mixed. You said with like Professor Layton.
It's like a story-based rhythm game, so it's really cool.
It sounds,
I think it's a rhythm-based side-scroller, too, in the levels themselves.
So, I don't know if you can see.
Very rare. We had to get this shipped from Philadelphia. A GameStop in Philadelphia actually had it, so with that they shipped that.
And shout out to Martin for
Thank you, Martin.
helping us.
Yep, so it wasn't in the best shape. They said, it's in great shape when he called over there.
There's a little bit of
it's got a little nick in the
dent, but it's honestly not super noticeable. And considering how much it goes for, and we got it for the
GameStop prices plus the discount, it's way cheaper than it goes for on eBay. So pretty cool to have it. So, lastly, our Amiibo update for this month. There were a couple Amiibos that came out, and with these ones, they were single. They weren't like a day where like, a new wave came out. These were, one came out one day, one came out another day, 1 week after another. This first one is actually from the Kid Icarus they're both from Kid Icarus Uprising, actually. We already have Pit, who came out a while back on, I think, Wave 2 or 3.
I love Pit.
And then we got Palutena now, which is the goddess from those games.
She's super detailed,
Yeah,
too.
very detailed.
Her figure is beautiful.
Has a little clear blue wing pattern behind her. And this one was Amazon exclusive, which sucks. That means there's no physical ones released in stores. And I was driving that same day that I keep coming back to with my mom, which is kind of funny. I was driving and almost completely forgot until I got a message from a buddy of mine. I actually pulled over on the side of the road and managed to snag one online from my phone. And what's great...
At least you pulled over.
Yes, I didn't do it while driving, but I was that desperate I almost did.
You're not like Mr. Fantastic, like driving his car and then,
I guess I'm not checking eBay. Yep.
Not even looking at the road.
Hitting pedestrians and everything.
I had to.
Zone Grand Theft Auto.
I had to.
Grand Theft Oleg. But really cool to get that, and it shipped, like, I got it the next Monday, or that following Monday.
And
it was
we
a Friday,
were one of the lucky
Monday.
ones, too, that didn't have it, all ripped up, and it's perfect. Shape. It's perfect, so.
I don't want to be the boy
Nate
who cried.
Grant gets his hands on it.
Yeah, I don't want to be the boy who cried Amiibo.
The next one that we got, and I have to give credit to Papa G.
My dad, once
Nate's
again.
Dad, my old man's old man. For waiting in line getting this. I had to work. He had to work.
Yep.
Adulthood sucks.
Yeah.
But he was graciously kind enough to, wait in line at Best Buy.
Where it was exclusive.
One. And not just that, not just wait for it, but he gave this to us.
Yeah, he didn't ask for
So this probably should have technically been in the gift section, but
Gotta keep the
amiibos together. And that is Dark Pit or Emo Pit, whatever you want to call him.
Or in the game, they call him Pit 2, and he hates that nickname. So
yeah, but he's pretty badass looking.
Yeah, he's cool. I'm glad it's a different pose than the regular Pit, so it stands out even more. Not only the color is different, but really cool. So yeah,
I'm
2 more amiibos for the collection.
I cut myself to feel.
Is that like a emo song with Dark Pit?
I don't know.
I cut myself to
It's an emo thing. But
so,
anyway.
Yep. So we got the latest wave. So we are still up to date with our amiibos. So let's see how long this holds out. We're trying. Well, guys, that's the end of July pickups for this month. Hope you enjoyed what we got and some of the stuff we didn't speak about, but you saw in the video. It was a good month, definitely a lot of good finds and stuff we've been looking for and stuff that was kind of like surprises. It was cool to find. So
and I have a lot of hopes in August. Turning out to be a good month.
Yep, we are probably getting together with some friends, so might have some game hunting with buddies. And I got to get back to garage selling. Haven't been able to garage sell.
I was gonna say because of life.
Other life commitments came up, but hopefully. Aw, he's so cute. So cute. Side note, this Pikachu is the coolest looking Pikachu. Like his face is spot on to like the way
he's so
the character's supposed to look. We have like 2 or 3 derpy looking Pikachus that have come out, and this came out like a year ago. Yeah. And I wanted to get it for Megan for a while.
They have like the little plastic one. This guy is like soft and fleshy and
he has little grips so he can sit on your controller or your shoulder.
You can sit on your controller.
I have a power shoulder.
Here. He's gonna play.
What are you
controller.
playing? Oh yeah, we have a controller here.
Yeah, here. There. This is how you play video games now.
with Pikachu.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. That concludes our July pickups.
Yep.
Stay tuned next month for all kinds of debauchery and nonsense to happen. Thanks again guys, you're awesome. Sprite lovers, out. This is how you turn Pikachu off, by the way. If this makes it in the video.
You open up.
You have to open him up and molest him to turn him off. It's a little awkward. It's a little weird. I don't like it. Of all the places to stick his opening.
There's no spot.
It's right.
The switch. He's like a Chobit.
Yeah, it's a little weird. He is like a Chobit.
Yeah, a power switch down.
It's very weird, but yeah.